Very good evening from the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino here in the heart of the Nevada desert. It's finals day of the Predator World 10 Ball Championships. We started with 128 players. We are down to just 4. By the end of today, we will know who will be crowned the 2022 champion and pick up a cheque for $60,000. It's 10 ball, alternate break, race to 10 and call shot. And calling the shots with me in the booth, it's quick fire Kelly Fisher. Kelly, she's only gone and done a KACI. She hasn't woken up in time. Oi.
I'm here. I'm awake, Mark. How you doing? Great to be here.
Well, this is a pleasure. Another bucket list item crossed off for me. So how do you see this one then, Kelly? Wojtek SZEWCZYK, Poland against excellent KACI, defending champion, of course.
Well, I mean, you know, the clear favourite, I would say, is KACI, simply because of his accomplishments already. Wojtek, great player, great demeanour, and actually improving by the year, really. I mean, he's really come out of his shell, I reckon, these last 6 months to 8 months. So yeah, it's going to be a great match. We know that anyway. The standard play is unreal, honestly, and these guys are going to put on a performance for us, I think.
Yeah, Wojtek lost in the semi-final in the Las Vegas Open earlier in the week.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, his honestly, you take it a year ago or more than a year ago before lockdown, let's say, and we knew of him, but he really weren't coming through. And now you've seen him in many semis, quarters, and pushing it. So KACI's not going to give this one up easily, though. He's the reigning champion. Is most definitely going to be fighting with all he's got to try and retain his title, which would be something else, Mark, wouldn't it?
Well, it's how hard is that to do, and it's to double the field this time as well, 128, not 64 like last year.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not a player, you might not understand how difficult that is as such a game as 9 ball or 10 ball. But as any player knows, there is some luck involved. There is certainly a lot of pressure to obviously overcome. But it really is very difficult to retain back-to-back titles, and there's not many that have done it. Especially with the standard play now. We've got to remember that. It's just improving. I mean, it's going off the chart. The way they're kicking the ball, these guys, the way that they're
jumping.
Yeah, double jumping.
Yeah.
What's next? You know what I mean?
Triple jump.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Well, Zeus said to me in the booth the other day, in the Predator booth, he said, Kelly, he said, we'll arrange to meet. He said, and I'll show you how to do that. I thought it might take a week. We've really not got enough time for that. We've really not. I'm all on jumping over the ball, let alone double.
So, Wojtek then, making the early moves in this rack. Nicely on the 8 here, Kelly.
Yeah, we've not talked about the game yet, have we?
No.
Here we go.
We're like a couple of old women, so.
No. Yeah, he's had great control so far. Yeah. He's not done a thing wrong. His cue ball's lovely. It's one thing we've seen over this tournament is that the tables are playing very fast. I'm playing also in the ladies event now, and they're playing extremely fast, and they have done all week. It's hard to control that cue ball. It takes quite a lot of adapting, and you really got to shorten your stroke. So he's played perfect pull there. Great run out for the first rack.
Yeah, and it goes. So, as you mentioned there, you are playing in the Alpha Women's Las Vegas Open. Now, you also played in the previous Las Vegas Open, 192 players. First time playing the format. It's got its lovers, it's got its haters. Viewers absolutely love it. As a player, how do you view that particular format?
Well, I played in the Austrian Open, so I have played this format once before.
Okay.
I did, yeah, and I won it, so I love it. No, I'm joking. But no, I have played this format before, and I know a lot of the players are complaining about this format simply because when it comes down to winning or losing for a lot of money, for titles, for reputation, ego, etc., it's coming down to a spot shot. And it's not great for players, as far as it's like penalty shootout in soccer. It's sad to see a player go out based on that one shot, that one kick, that one spot shot. But, you know, I think it's exciting. At the end of the day, it's 2 races to 4. If you make sure it's like a race to 8, if you get to 8 first, then ultimately you're going to avoid the shootout. So to me, that's how I look at it. I do also think what's important to recognise, and I do want the players to recognise, is that in 9-ball, 10-ball, we've tried, as I just said, 9-ball, 10-ball, we've tried 1 ball on the spot, 9 on the spot. We've tried call shot, not call shot.
Break box, no
break
break
box, no box.
3-point rule,
Exactly,
no 3-point rule.
exactly, and it's endless. And also races to 9, 11, 8, 10, you name it, we've tried it. And the game hasn't excelled in the way that we all want. We love this game. We all want it to reach heights of other sports, like comparable to golf and tennis. We want that. So we've got to do something, think out the box. And I think for the viewers, how excited. I mean, look, we can look around the room now, and for the ladies' event, the whole place is stopping to watch a shootout. So if that gets one, you know, a lot more viewers and gets us one outside industry sponsor, then it's been worth it. I mean, the players won't be complaining when the prize money is triple, quadrupled, tenfolded in a couple of years' time. I think it's definitely worth doing. I think it's good that it's not every event, but certainly a select X amount of events per year. And I think let's see where it goes. I think it could be the way that we get this sport moving in the right direction and moving forward.
Yeah, and there is going to be more added next year, of course, and it's going to be, you're going to have, I believe, 4 of these events as well. Is that right?
That's right. We've got an additional, we've got 4 events this year for the women even, let alone I'm going to be playing in some of the men's ones.
Yeah.
Then on top of that next year, we've got an additional 5 proposed, hopefully. And the year after that, they're looking at hoping to reach another 4 on top of that. I'm going to be a busy bee, but
you're going to have to move back out here.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I know. But yeah, it's going to be a really great schedule, and that's without us having the outside industry sponsors coming in after recognising this format, you know, and attracting.
Well, you know, we've already got 3. We've got Alpha Coin coming.
Yeah.
We've got Rums of Puerto Rico. We've got Medea beer. So it's already in the space of, you know, everyone trashing it last year. Now, prize money more than doubled. 30 grand it was for the Las Vegas Open here. Yeah. Anyway, did you realise there's a pool match going on?
I know, and I just think it's great. I think you know, I think we should all support it, and I think it will take us to new heights. So.
Absolutely agree. Well done.
Well, back to the pool match. Sorry, audience. But I think it was important to mention that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's he got here then, Kelly? Talk us through it.
Again, he's got that cute ball on a string right now. I do say right now he's got a bit straight on that 6 ball. He wanted a bit of angle so he could get over to the right side of the table to get a bit easier shot on the 7. But I don't see it being a problem, really.
He's playing the big draw, I think, Kelly.
He is. I don't think he will, but it looks like he is. He is. Oh, Mark, I'm telling you.
Look at this.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Oh, look at this for a shot. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, he hasn't gone to the point, has he? He has, you know. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
My word, what a beautiful shot that was as well.
Oh. Well, he might just be able to see it.
Look at his composure, you know. Great. I wouldn't be doing that. I'd be shaking my head and...
banging the table.
Well, I don't know that, but I'd certainly be shaking my head, and he's just not even flinched.
No, just played a decent safety shot, didn't let it get to him.
Hopefully that's something we all can learn from.
Yes, I don't think I've seen anyone as focused as this guy. He's very intense. I've done a lot of commentating on him on the online stuff, you know, that we were doing during lockdown.
Yeah, and that's where I really got to know SZEWCZYK. Lovely, super nice guy. Super nice guy. Do you remember we did a couple of interviews with him and stuff, me and you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's got a couple of nice Alsatians, hasn't he?
I remember the dog.
You went and got your dog out for one of them, do you remember?
Every time he was down on a really important shot, that dog would walk around the table, wasn't it? And we laughed about that. Well, it certainly must have helped his focus, because there's no dog walking around the table now, and he's not done a thing wrong so far. He was very unfortunate on that 7 ball, to that cue ball, just to roll and hook himself.
Is he playing the carom here onto the 9?
Oh.
Oh dear, oh dear.
He hit that too hard, too fat, too hard. But he was trying to control the 7-ball to give himself another shot. He's wanting the 7-ball back up on the top area, but just too thick, too hard.
There's the ball in hand here for the pole. And he's in pole position. I was saying before, Kelly, that there's so many great players. You've got ZEWCZYK, Fortunsky, Konrad Musician. Now you've got this guy. You've got another, Massio. You've got another great guy called Bart Schubler, who gave it up for a few years, but he's starting to get back into it again.
Right. I'm glad you named them all, Mark, because I couldn't have. I know it's Ski and Ski, Fortunsky, Vedesky, but no, great players. You know, on all serious notes, there's really a strong field of them coming through, and they must you know, have great support.
So this 10-ball then for 2-0 lead. In it goes. Now then, I'd like to talk Mosconi Cup very quickly with you.
Let's do it.
I mean, you were there, you were commentating with Niels most of the time, and I saw you there, I was in the audience, and you seemed to be having great fun, lots of dancing going on. For people that haven't been to a Mosconi Cup, why should they go to a Mosconi Cup?
Well, it's unique. It's a unique experience that you don't get in any other competition, because it's, you know, you can have a team competition, you can have the world teams, but the Mosconi Cup, it's just got so much, I don't know, atmosphere. It's electric. I said it during the commentating when I was there, but even I'd not experienced it like that. I've been to Mosconi Cup as a spectator when it was in Blackpool, and I loved every minute of it. But to actually be behind the scenes and be a part of it, it was just, honestly, electric is the only, you know, word I could use. I'd advise anybody that's never been to a Mosconi Cup, get a ticket and go. The crowds are amazing, the players do amazing with all the distractions, and I just think it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that everybody who loves pool should try and partake.
And how many times do you think you heard extension?
Oh my, that would become so funny. It become irritating at one point, but you know.
But then it got funny again, right?
It did. It went up and down. Phil Yates was not liking that one.
Right, dry break. What's he got here, Kelly? What's he looking at here? Cut the one in?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's looking now at where his cue ball's going to go. He knows he can make the 1 ball. That's not the problem. It's just controlling that cue ball, you know, to get around all the others, really, basically. He needs to be missing between the 10 and 7, or he's going to go between the 8 and 7. Or he's playing follow, so maybe slow roll it, I don't know.
Maybe try and catch the 7
yeah,
or 10. Oh, no, he's going round. Oh, he's caught the 8 ball.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a shot at it, though, look.
You can tell by his face that he's not.
Well, this isn't too bad, though, because look, Kelly, he can break open the 4-5 and hold himself on the 3 into this bottom corner, can he?
That sounds really easy, Mark. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I won't be.
What would you be playing here?
Exactly what you just said.
Yeah, I bet.
No, that's exactly what he's going to try and do. Yeah. Because that 5 ball he can't avoid that. So.
Well, a little bump on this as well would be perfect. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, that's exactly, you called it, Mark, I tell you. Need to get you playing on the TV table.
We'd have 0. This arena would be empty. It would just be me, Michaela Tab.
Even Michaela would go.
Yeah, she'd go.
But no, I think the way he hit that, the speed he hit that, he was trying to come maybe down past the 3 and play it into the corner. But it's worked out great. After the nail biter that he's just gone through with Yuki Oi, he needs to get on the table here and get some rhythm going, does KACI, because it was a really tough match. The standard of the kicking was unbelievable. It was just one after the other. So if he can get his arm going, then I think we're in for a good battle here.
When you have a close shave like that, you know, when it could have gone either way, he might not have been playing in this arena now. Now that he is, will he feel really much more confident now? He can relax a little bit and play his own game?
Well, that's what he wants to be feeling now. Whether he is feeling that or not, it's two different things. How he played in the last match, which I didn't see at all, will determine how he's feeling, to be honest. It doesn't mean to say that that's what, like I said, if he can get going, then you can flip that feeling. If you've had a really tough match and you've missed a few and, you know, you maybe struggling with the speed of the table. This table's certainly playing a little bit more predictable. It's less slick, if you like. And I saw KACI in the hallway, and that's exactly what we discussed. So I think it's certainly it's better for both of the players.
You didn't give him a slap round the face, did you, like you did
No.
Alex Kazakis?
I did not, no. Maybe he should have asked for one, I don't know. But, yeah. But as we've seen already, SZEWCZYK is playing very comfortably. So he's certainly come from his win.
Well, he was 9-6 down and came back to win 10-9 against
Well,
Edgy Geronimo.
There you go, then he's come out of that match confident because he's won the last however many racks. I think for KACI, by his demeanour, I'm guessing that, you know, he come out of that last match relieved as opposed to confident. But again, if he can get going, then we'll see that turn around.
It's hard to believe, still only 23.
Isn't it just? I think it's the beard.
You reckon? I thought he had a mask on.
I tell you, honestly, even when he was 19, he looked like he does now. You know? You would never think he was so young.
Now, you've got some lovely tattoos. How brave is he to have perfection tattooed on the side of his neck?
Yeah, that's a statement in itself,
Isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Oh, he's missed it, and I reckon the shot clock just caught him out a little bit then. Does it put you off hearing that shot clock, Kelly, when you're not quite expecting it?
I'll be honest, many moons ago, when I first played in a match room and it was the World Pool Masters, I think we're in Poland, I was playing Denis Okilo, and that shot clock did get me. These days now, you know, I'm waiting for, I kind of look at the shot clock before I get down, look at the clock before I get down so I know if it's coming or not. KACI is a steady player. He used to be very slow. I would say now he's speeded up a bit and he's a steady player. He's not the fastest by any means, so he's used to it. My God, he's played Matchroom, Moscone and every event of theirs, so if that put him off, then that's his own fault.
Talking of shot clock, guys, it is a 30-second shot clock. They're allowed one extension per rack each, 60 seconds after the break or a push out, or has he had a little bit of rubber to green here? Certainly has. Went full-blooded for the 7-ball there in the corner. Yeah, KACI's going to call the corner, I'm guessing. Kick it 2 rails. What's the shot here, Kelly?
Yeah, he's got to call it to be safe. He's wanting to kick it 2 rails. He might go for it 100% here. Cue ball will go up the table some. 8-ball with the position it's in.
Called it just a bit thick. Right, that's okay.
He played it at right speed though, you know, if he's missing that, it's coming back to the middle of the table.
Well, could be in trouble here behind the 8.
Is he going to go for the bank? Oh, he's
Well,
not
could
nominated.
go for the bank and then draw over by the 8.
Looks like he's going for the thin cut to me.
Is he?
He is. And he's got it.
Wow, he sliced that in like the butcher. And it's Butcher's birthday today,
Oh, is it?
as
Yeah.
well as Tony Robles. Yeah, we had a little
Right.
cake earlier on.
I had some. Nobody knew.
Isn't it
but I do.
lovely?
It is.
That was my piece you took.
It was.
You're welcome to it.
Thank you, Darren. I'll tell you what, they were a bit unfortunate there. Great shot, and he's ended up, you know, having to play safe.
Oh, that's careless.
I mean, having to play safe from there. What a beautiful cut shot up and down the table, and he's landing in the worst position.
Bank.
I think it's a bit close to the rail, I feel. But no, I don't think he's going to go for the bank.
No, he's coming across the face of it by the
Yeah.
looks of it. Trying to go behind the 9, is he, Kelly?
I think he's going to thin clip it. Yeah.
Oh, he's missed it altogether. That was really thin. Well,
Again, not sticking up for him here, but he's putting a little bit of right on that, just so it comes off the rail, comes up to the top, as opposed to, you know, clipping into the 10. It's trying to avoid and just send it so it's like completely separated.
Just pushed it off the line a bit.
Yeah, and I think that's just pushed it off the line a bit.
So, Michaela Tabb, top class referee, of course. And a very, very nice lady as well. Fantastic to have around the event. First time I've met her. And she's lovely, isn't she?
She really is, you know. She really is. I've known Michaela for many years. She refereed my first World Championships snooker at the Crucible.
Really?
Yep, yep.
How lovely.
That's where she started and you know, started to come onto the snooker.
Yeah.
And it grew from there. The next minute she was the first woman ever to referee a snooker.
So this 10 ball then will take SZEWCZYK 3 up, and we're going to go for a quick break. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to this wonderful Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino Arena here in the heart of the Nevada desert. KACI breaking off 3-0 down. The man from Albania needs to start getting some racks on the board. Doesn't want to fall 4, 5, 6 behind. Race to 10, of course. With me, Kelly Fisher, and she's going to stay for a couple more racks. She's very busy. She's obviously playing as well in the tournament, which incidentally we will be streaming tomorrow, guys. We're going to do the 2 semi-finals and the final tomorrow, and hopefully, Kelly, I get to commentate on you at least twice tomorrow. It means you'll be in the final.
That's right. Well, that will be wonderful. Yeah, I'm playing last 16, 10 a.m. Hopefully. The quarterfinals at 12, even more so hopefully, and so on and so on, but 12, 2 and 4 is the actual schedule. So guys, anybody out there watching, I would give anything to be in them matches, so hope to see you all then. I'll try my best.
I know one person will be up no matter what time you're playing. In England, Carly McGee, your biggest fan. Say hello to Carly, Kelly.
I love her. Hello, Carly. I hope you're watching, tuning in, and yeah, I hope I can be there tomorrow so you've got something to watch.
Playing a deliberate foul here, tying up the 3 and the 4. We are playing the 3 foul rule, of course.
By the way, I just want to say, sorry, Carly, if I'm not in the matches that you watch, please do tune in for the other women.
Yeah, there's some great women here. You've got Jasmine Ocean, who went through today. Brittany Bryant, yeah, she just won a shootout, didn't she, against Jennifer Bretta?
Jennifer's still not done yet either. You know, I'm assuming she'll come through the loser's side. We've got a couple of new players. Angelina Tikalau, yeah, and she's from Indonesia. Yeah. Great player that many of you won't know, but she's got semi-finals of the Amway Cup, some big events in Asia she's done well in. Same with Woo Jing Lee from Korea. I know Woo Jing quite well. She was sponsored by my old sponsor Fury, and great player, works very hard. She's playing some three cushion now.
Oh,
but
wow.
Again, one of them that she wasn't even seeded, and because she didn't have a Fargo rating, and I know how good she is.
Yeah.
And when I saw her in the draw, I thought, oh, please stay away from me. Yeah. So.
She even sounds like a pool player, Woo Jin Lee.
Yeah.
Sounds Polish, doesn't it? Not Polish, Polish.
Polish.
Oh, he's on 2. He'll be warned. Michaela will say. And Wojtek comes back to the table. He's going for it again, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Wojtek did right, I think, to tie up the 3-4. But he knew he was going to be put in trouble again. But KACI got him with a really tough one. So it needs to, in order to get this 3 foul, he needs that cue ball tight behind the 9 here. Which from the angle I'm looking at will be his choice of shot.
Oh, if he does, and if he can get it near another ball, that would be even better. And keep it away from a rail.
Look at that. Do you know, honestly, when I watch these guys, it's unreal.
Tell us, while you're on that subject, Kelly, what's the difference between the guys? I mean, it's not, obviously it's not physical, right? So what is it?
Right, well, you know, here we go. We've had this discussion, I think, before, Mark, and you're leading me into this.
I want to know that story again.
Yeah, there's some, you know, I'm not saying I'm right 100%. I'm not saying I'm right at all, but my opinion is that a man is wired differently to a woman, and every woman out there will be nodding right now. You know, I think we are wired differently.
I'm nodding, trust me.
Yeah, exactly. I think, let's just see this shot before we get onto that. Very important shot, and he's hit it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well done.
At least now KACI has to run out, right?
Yep.
So, good shot. So, yeah, I think we're wired.
Sorry, it might be in another one here, though, look.
Will
behind the 10.
Most definitely, I think so, yeah. It can reach as well as that tall.
So, yeah, go on, sorry.
Yeah. So, you know, that's a good shot. Okay, I'm watching to make sure I didn't leave a 110 combo, sorry. My opinion is that a man is wired, his brain is wired differently to a woman's. I feel that a man has more of a tunnel vision focus than a woman, simply because a woman is multitasking, even when trying not to multitask. So I'm, for example, down on my shot, and the most crazy things can come through my mind. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen to men, but I think it's less often. So that's one thing. Sorry, back to the game real quick. Here we go. Yeah. I'm multitasking, you see, Mark. You're not.
I'm just listening to you. I can't even concentrate on the pool. There's not even a pool game going on right now. See, it's just Kelly Fisher.
That's it. You're listening to every word I say. Yeah, I'm thinking of the game. No, I'm only joking. This should be straightforward. Oh. Wow, that were a bit soft there. It gave me a fright.
So 10 replaced, of course, no early 10s in this format, although there is in your format.
Yes, I'm thinking what's...
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
That's all right.
Why so slow?
You're supposed to be able to multitask, Kelly, come on.
Yeah, or at least multitask and know the rules, right? So he's got a tough one here. But my opinion is basically that's the first and foremost thing. After talking with Albin Ocean for a lengthy conversation, it kind of made me realise one other possibility as well, that, you know, the eye-to-ball coordination, I think with a guy is slightly better. Why that is, again, is the wiring, I think, of the brain. And then thirdly, I would say,
Well, that's one step too far for the safety, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Played it poorly as well.
He did. That was an easier one than he did before. So.
Yeah.
And, you know, I do think, like I say, I use this this example. If I give most guys a bag full of coins, throw them out on a table and ask the guy to count the coins and talk to me at the same time, most men would struggle with that. And yet most women can do that without too much problem. So that's one of my theories, or one of my examples to try and back my theory up. But yeah, I just think we're wired differently. I think that a man is like a horse with blinkers as opposed to a woman, you know, can have too much going on, and the focus is what this is all about. You know it. If you lapse any focus, you can miss a simple shot because you've lost focus at that moment.
What a jump.
And obviously, you know, there's more men playing. Over the years, it's been a man's kind of sport, so we've got less numbers, less depth. I mean, if I play in a men's event, the percentage of women playing is only me or a couple of others.
Yeah.
So it's a low percentage for us to come through that tough field. But we do know that definitely top men players are a step above the top female, and it's not physical.
No.
Now, Jennifer Beretta told me one thing that was very interesting. She's into, obviously she used to be a bodybuilder and knows the muscle, the body. She says a man's muscle, she used words that I didn't know, I've never heard of, but their muscle can react quicker. So therefore, the reason that they can get better timing, more speed, is not power necessarily, it's the reaction and the reaction of the muscle contracting quicker. So there we are.
Which is timing, right?
Yeah.
Hand-to-eye coordination.
Yeah, and so it's all a mixture of a few things.
What a shot he's played there.
Fantastic.
Brilliant shot to get to, and he played a brilliant 3 as well, by the way, to get on the 4. See, I was watching, but what did you say? I didn't hear a word you said.
That's it. No. Can you repeat what I said now while you were watching that? No, but, you know, there'll be some people that kind of can relate to that and agree, and there'll be some people that will have none of it. But, and again, who's right, who's wrong, I don't know. But that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I mean, and then you've got, sorry, just to finish off.
No, fine, you talk what you want. I'm glad you're only here for 5 racks. My ears are burning.
And I've had I can talk the Heinrich of a donkey, I'm telling you. You've got then, why come some women are better than others? And, you know, that's got to come down to maybe, again, opinion. One who's got more estrogen, or a little bit more testosterone in them compared to the others. Is it? I don't know. Is it just practice, focus, ability? Who knows? I would love somebody, you know, in the science world to be able to find that out, though.
So perfect on the 7 ball. Just stop the cue ball for the 10, and he'll pull one back. He'll trail by 3-1. Race to 10. First semi-final of this year's Predator World 10 Ball Championships. And it goes.
Well, he certainly needed that one.
So who do you play tomorrow? Do you know? Yeah.
I do not know. No. It's time for the. I'm into the final 16, winners side. So therefore, I'm waiting on the 8 losers side to come through to be redrawn into the winners side, shall I say?
So this place we're playing in at the moment, it's the CSI Expo as well. There's over 320 tables over the 4 rooms that we're occupying here. It's the finals of the BCA World Championships. It's the USA Pool League National Championships, and over 5,000 league players around the building, you know. It's lovely, I think, to bring these 2 events together and give the fans the chance to meet people like you walking around, Alison Fisher, Justin, Jasmine Ocean, you know, and all the guys, Jason Shaw wandering around. You can mingle, have a picture with them, sign a ball.
100%. I love these events. I remember first coming to America and coming to some of the APA events, some of the BCA events, and it was the buzz. I mean, look at it. It's like an ocean of pool tables. Again, another experience that pool lovers should experience, really, because there's nothing like it when you come to Vegas or some of these big expos, and oceans of tables. You walk in and all you can see is like 100 pool tables. It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
Yeah, I was blown away the first
bet you
time.
were.
And Margaret Fefilova's first words, because she experienced it for the first time this year, was mind-blowing.
It is. I remember that experience that first time experience myself, and it really is. So, I mean, it's great to have the fans. Let me rephrase that. It's great to have the BCA players. They're all very good players in their own right, and they're playing great pool here. A lot of them are fans, and for them to have the opportunity, like you said, Mark, I think it's fantastic. We love it as well. Just being able to, take pictures with them and sign their sticks or their cases or whatever.
Right, so this is your last rack with me.
Yep.
You've got things to go and do.
That was a great one, Bob.
I'm going to let you. I'm going to let you talk us through this rack, okay?
All right, perfect.
And I'm not going to say a word.
Oh, please do.
All right, I might be.
Well, great one ball there, steady. It was it wasn't an easy shot based on where the cue ball was.
He's drawing into the 4 here, is he? Across the face of it, even.
This one, the 2 ball there. You're gonna say he's gonna make it most of the time, but at the end of the day, we're on the TV table. He is 3-1 up, so I can tell he looks comfortable to me.
Do you know what? After reaching that semi-final earlier in the week, I think he wants this more than ever.
Well, his Polish friend won the Alpha.
Yeah,
10
ZEWCZYK,
ball, right?
yeah.
ZEWCZYK. So he's wanting to, keep the momentum going and him to be the winner of the Polish team, I think. Now, he looks very comfortable, looks very confident. Like I said at the very beginning, after rack number 1, KACI's going to have to hit a gear or stop him because he really is playing solid.
Yeah, I get a feeling that the shot clock does play a little part in this as well. I'm not saying he's slow, but he's not the quickest of players, KACI.
That's right.
And it can upset somebody's rhythm if you've just come off that table with no shot clock. Lots of time to think, lots of time to plan.
100%. He's just played a match there and won El Hill with Oi with no shot clock. Now all of a sudden you're against a shot clock. Yeah. So yeah. I thought you said you weren't saying anything.
I can't help myself. You just make me want to talk.
Well, guys, this has been a great rack, a great run out from SZEWCZYK. Like I say, it's been great speaking with you all. KACI's going to have to really dig deep here, but what
Thanks,
a great
Kelly.
out.
You've got to
Thank
stop.
you.
We're off for a break.
Right.
Welcome back to our first semi-final in this year's 2022 Predator World 10 Ball Championships KACI to break off, trailing Wojtek SZEWCZYK 4-1. With me in the booth now, Kelly's gone, but George, gorgeous George, is back. Hello, George.
They brought in the second string. Here we go.
What a break that is.
Yes, he's
3 balls on it.
he's got KACI taking a nap, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's suffering a bit of a hangover from the last match.
Well, he was full steam ahead on the last match, and then towards the end he seemed to fade, and Oy made a comeback and took it to the hill. He was up in the match by a bit.
But you know, you can say the same about Wojtek. He was 9-6 down, came back to win 10-9.
So in all reality, who's got the mo going? Wojtek does.
Wojtek, yep.
Yeah, so 4-1. See, guys, that proves that I can read the scoreboard. And KACI does make the 2, shape on the 4. Easy position for the 5, just up and down. You think he'll use both rails? Use the side, well, I wouldn't use the side rail here because it could go right into the 8.
He just has to mind it, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
just straight up and down. I would come off the head rail too.
Just like that, George.
Just like that.
Played
If
it
I could do
perfect.
that, that's how I would play it.
You can go and practice it tomorrow. After tomorrow, we're free, George.
No. Oh, after tomorrow on Sunday. Yeah, I got to fly home on Sunday back to Tucson. Meanwhile, right here, Mr. KACI in this first semifinal. We will have a second one right after it. Sorry we were running late, folks. But we'll have Jason Shaw and Christopher Teves, a fine, fine player from Peru. I got to know him just a little, but his friend Gerson Martinez and Ariel Castro from Argentina I've known pretty well.
Yeah, I have an apology to make. I've been saying Christopher Teves was from Argentina all week. And you know why I think I said that? Manchester United used to have a great footballer called Carlos Tevez.
Oh, okay.
So I thought everyone called Tevez was from Argentina. Obviously not.
I also think I mentioned the player from Argentina to you and said Argentina right after Tevez, so that might have put that in your mind too.
Yeah, that's probably right. I
Yeah.
don't listen, George. I can't concentrate on 2 things at once. Kelly Fisher just told me that.
Oh, did she?
Yes. Well, not just me, you. Men in general.
Well, I hope you guys know that Kelly Fisher was being paid by the word.
She earned more than me in that then. Oh, this is running. It's running. It's okay.
Although, you know, these little shots like this, under these conditions, can get under your skin. Little funny angles.
You'd rather have a straight in and off the rail, wouldn't you, George, than this little angle on the rail?
Yes, definitely. And plus, you know that the cue ball is going to head towards the side pocket. It'll probably hit the diamond short of it. But it's still on your mind because you don't want to look like a fool scratching on the shot.
No problem. In it goes, so we're 4-2.
And KACI's no fool. You know, he pocketed that ball. You know, he's off to a slow start, but he's as steady as they come.
I was talking to Kelly about the rejuvenation of the ball scene and the money coming into it. There's $266,000 in prize money, over $250,000. 128 players set out to win. They're guaranteed 20,000 already, but they'd love that. 60,000 first prize, and I think it's 40,000 second prize, George.
That is correct. 60
I mean, that's
40.
huge, isn't it?
Well, it's a lot more than I make in a year. That's for darn sure. I'm retired. Yeah, this prize money coming up in these tournaments is nice. Just like the Pro Billiard Series. I mean, we saw where the very first year it was $12,000 to win, and then we saw now it's 25.
Yeah, and
it's 15 for second.
Yeah.
It's more than you would get to win the year before.
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
And we also have the Las Vegas Women's Open going on, of course. Watch out for Kelly playing in that tomorrow. Watch out for the break here from Wojtek SZEWCZYK. He still leads KACI by 4 racks to 2. We're racing to 10.
You know what's funny is someone just told me to get some water, and they're right. I do. I left it back in the back there. I'll get some on the break. Maybe that's better. How's that? Nice break.
You should have a sip.
Wojtek.
You should have a sip of Kelly's water, George. She never got a chance to drink it. She never stopped talking.
So you guys can hear everything in my voice, huh? You can tell when I'm tired. Jeez.
So is he going to go for this one ball in the corner, George? Guaranteed a shot. Come twice across for the 3.
Well, why not? I don't believe.
Does he fancy the combo on the 3?
No, I think I would play the one ball in the corner.
Wojtek, 27 years old, 2-time junior European champion.
Oh, he played the
combo. Oh, he's had a nice little result there as well. One has stayed over the side.
Yeah, both of these guys have not lost a match yet. They both won their 3 matches on the first stage, and they've won their 2 matches on the second stage. I will say KACI won his matches a little easier, with the exception of the last match with Oy, than Wojtek did.
Yeah, that was a repeat of last year's final, of course.
Yes,
Oy
it was
against KACI.
And
Oh, he doesn't want a full kiss on this.
He did.
Got it. Oh dear. Yeah, KACI won that. I think it was, what was it, 10-6, was it?
Against Oy last year?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember last year's score, but I do know he just pulled it off. It went hill, and Oy must have stood there for 5 minutes on the one ball. He had a jump shot, or it was a real tough shot, and he took. I mean, that match ran over big time. But it was, there's a lot on that match. You had the defending champion, and you have the finalist trying to get back in and not go down again to the same guy. So you can understand why things took a while, but KACI did kind of I don't want to say weakened in the stretch there, but Oy was able to make a little bit of a strong comeback, not a little bit of a comeback.
Well, this is a little tester here. You feel he's got to go for this.
Well, in my opinion, the tester is for all these players that have come this far. They started at 10 o'clock this morning. They played a match at noon. And this is the 2 p.m. match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the 3rd match of the day for both these guys. And it'll be the 3rd match, but the next semifinal has had a little bit of a rest. If they're smart, they'll take advantage of it. So when someone tells you the pool players don't need stamina, try staying up and playing at your highest level for, well, they'll play 4 matches today.
What does he do with this, George? Does he cut it in the side?
Well, you can punt, pass, or kick, but yeah, you cut this in the side, and he should be able to beat the 7. It's going to be close. The 8 ball is actually a big ball coming around for position on the 5 ball. Look for the 8 ball to come into play.
Oh, he's missed the 4 as well. And there's that 8 ball. Well, it has come into play. It's
in
saved
both
him.
ways.
It saved him.
Because he missed. Had he made it, it didn't. Wow. That's kind of what happened to KACI a little bit in the last game.
Oh, he's got the short stick out. He's going to jump on that table. Look at that great aerial shot there. He's looked like a praying mantis there.
Well, he's so tall, this is easy for him. Take a look at those light reflections. Nice shot, Mr. KACI. Keep going. No shot now.
Wow.
I think that 8 ball has that bank completely blocked.
Behind the 10.
He's going to have
5
to go
ball
behind
over
the 10.
behind the 9.
I would focus more on getting the 5 ball to the middle of the head rail there. But yeah, and it's laying nice. I would even try to go 2 rails to the middle of the head rail.
He's called it just in case, of course.
Yeah, in the corner. Oh, he's going to use the other 2 balls.
Yeah, clever. Went
This
the easier
is
way.
kickable. This is a kickable shot. Most ball in the same pocket.
I make both balls and stay on the 8, George. That's what I do.
Oh boy. But this is exciting to have KACI in this semi-final. Inside English, 2 rails. You know, the reigning champion still playing, coming back strong and in this position. Sometimes a lot of champions will, I don't want to say fold because champions don't. That's why they're champions. But
Kelly was trying to putting into words, you know, exactly what an achievement it is to defend a title, to come back the next year and go. And, you know, it's double the field this year as well, don't forget.
I'll give you an example, and I hate using myself as an example. I won a tournament in Tucson, which was the Texas Open, Texas Express Open. And to defend it the next year, I played in it. But we had an addition of a couple of great players like Roger Griffiths. And there was a couple other guys that were real strong. But I folded. I went 2 and out. But that's part of the reason I never played, you know, professional pool. But yeah, it's tough because everybody's walking up. You're going to do it again. You're going to do it again.
Nicely on the 10. And we're going to go for a quick break, but we'll be back. It's 4-3. Here we go again. Eklund KACI 3. Wojtek SZEWCZYK 4. KACI breaking. Can he make a ball?
Let's just watch his break. There goes the 4 towards the pocket, but just towards it. It looks like he did not make a ball. And you can see by the expression, well, you can't see the expression on his face, but we can. And he's not happy about that break, and he's just like, he's broken dry most of the time.
I don't know. I wasn't watching. I was listening to Kelly.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, there's not been many break and runs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking at that break, it just didn't seem like table's breaking well. But I wouldn't see It's been breaking great. So,
I mean, I think he made 3 balls on the break on one particular break.
well then. Yeah, Tevis is a very unknown player, I tell you. Someone says they can't wait to see Tevis. He's the real deal. And his Fargo is really low for the level he plays. He is also a 3-cushion champion. So,
Knows his way around a table, is what you're saying.
yes, he can navigate rather well in traffic.
Yeah, Jason Shaw was talking to me about him. He knows him. He's known on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
He's not surprising any of the players. He might be surprising a few of us, but
Well,
not the players.
I knew a little about him from the other 2 guys, but not enough to predict what he's been doing so far.
Yeah, he's been going through some big players like a knife through butter on occasions. He beat Darren Appleton, I think, 10-2, wasn't it?
He had Darren Appleton down pretty bad. No, I think it was 10-3.
Was it 10-3, was it? Never easy taking a defeat like that, and Darren stayed in his chair for, well, almost an hour, I would say. Bit reminiscent of Dennis Grabet in Arizona when he lost in the quarterfinals. I can remember it vividly, sat over there to the side of the arena, all on his own, just sat there.
Oh, afterwards? Oh, yeah, that'll...
Those of you out there, guys, best time to approach a player is after they've won. Although some don't mind you approaching them when they've lost, but not necessarily in the quarterfinal.
Well, regardless of who the player is, they're not very happy after losing.
No.
So I don't even approach players once they've lost. I did, I think it was last night or this morning, and I congratulated the player on having a great tournament, and he was rather upset. He just kind of shrugged it off and mumbled and kept on walking.
Perhaps he didn't know who you were, George. If he'd have known who you were, he'd have stopped and chatted.
I know him pretty well. In fact, I've played him.
Coming round then, he's going to go back to a 2 racks lead. It's going to be 5-3. Just this 10 ball. And it goes.
Looking pretty smooth.
Yeah, we are here at the Rio All Suites Hotel, and George and I yesterday were lucky to be invited to view the plans for the future for this, it's got to be said, aging Rio Hotel.
Well, it's 30 years old.
Yeah.
That's aging.
So, and they've got a nice remodeling plan. We saw drawings. We actually got to spend some time in a room. We had a nice little reception, didn't we? We had some cookies and some, I don't know whether you took a beer or not. I took a Pepsi.
I put one in my bag.
Oh, did you?
I could have it later. No, I'm just kidding.
I saw the size of the security guard. I wasn't going to take a beer.
He was a big guy, wasn't he?
He was very big.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Well,
so
but,
look, audience loving this, George.
Well, I'll tell you what, to add on to what you just said, those rooms were gorgeous. They were really nice, extremely classy. The place will be run by Hyatt, and it'll be right down our alley, pool players, I'll tell you.
Yeah, big plans for the food, new food courts, lots of new restaurants. The future's bright here at the Rio. Future's pretty good at the moment. Wojtek SZEWCZYK breaking off 5-3 up. What a break that is, George. Look how he stopped that cue ball. Has he made a ball? Is the 4 going to go? Is the 4 going to make it? It's not.
Nope, we got traffic congestion in the upper right-hand corner of that table.
Does the 2 go?
You know what he might do here? See how aggressive he wants to play. If you see this shot, if you're playing good, cut that ball to the corner pocket and go 2 rails between the 8-7 for the 2 on the side of the corner. You come out for the 6. You'll hit the 6 and stop it. It lays so well. Just a little bit of right low, and you'll come around. It's a very aggressive shot, but if you miss the 1, more than likely you're safe. So it's a good two-way.
Yeah, always the chance of hooking himself.
Mm.
But I think if he plays it with pace, he'd be very unfortunate not to
Yeah.
have at least a look at
You
the
want-
two ball.
He wants to cut it in the side. The easier shot,
Perhaps it goes. Perhaps it slides past.
perhaps. I never saw him look to see if it went by.
No. He played it as if he was playing to get on it, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see. I looked at that and it went from the overhead. It never looked like it would go by. That's why I thought of playing around it.
Just calls the extension. Each player gets one per rack, of course.
Good angle to validate the fact that it doesn't go by.
Yeah, just a safety here. Is he coming back down behind the 10, Tony? George?
Well, you've been with him in the booth so much, and me. It's easy to confuse us. Although his hair is
Oh,
much
that's
darker
clever.
than mine. He's going to get stuck. He's going to get kicked, and the old kick and stick. Or actually, he might even try to make this ball. It looks like he can go rail first, and the 7's big.
Yeah, not a bad call. Cue ball will be springing out
Yeah.
for the 3, and he's called the 2. And look at him just judging the angle now off the rail, as you say, kicking it in. Extension called. So they've both used it from here on in. So they're both going to have 30 seconds for their next shots. You're going to have to get a scoot on, George.
Yeah, he went for the kick and stick. Oh, he's going to make the 8.
Oh, I don't think KACI will put him back in here. I think
No,
he can
I
make
don't
this
think
combo.
so. Combo? I think he'll go for the combo. I think he sticks him on the 6-8, 6-9 there.
You think so? What?
Yeah,
play-
oh yeah.
I think he'll play the combo.
Well, we're going to take a look.
Pretty aggressive.
That's what he's doing. You called it. I like him sticking them on both balls because he just draw it to the rail and right on top of it.
Yeah, he's changed his mind now. He's had a look at the angle. He's playing your shot, George.
Well, it's not my shot. It just looks like the obvious shot to me.
Is he not wearing a? He's not wearing an earpiece, is he? He's got a direct line to you.
Well, you know, one time I did this tournament down in Tucson, and the guy had earphones, and I was giving him the singles. He said, yeah, and then one time the earphone went out, so he sat there and waited, and people asked him why. He says, "I'm waiting for George to tell me what to shoot." That is a story, no truth in that. Of course, the guy would have been 2 and out, so nice hit. And there
I
will
knew
be
it was
rail.
a story, George, when you said he was
course.
listening for you to tell him what
That's
to do.
exactly right.
So, a chance then. Can he just draw back slightly? I'm sorry, he's on the 2 ball, isn't he?
Mhm.
Does,
He'll be cutting
does the
it.
3 pass the 9, George? Can you say?
It looks like it might, although I think he can get on the 3 right now.
How close was that to the 4 ball? Oh, he's pushed it behind. Has he got enough? I don't think so. Might be
Wow.
another kick and stick here, George.
He's called it over there, but we know what he's doing.
Oh, I know your plan, Mr. KACI.
It's one of those, as Tony would say, just in casers.
Yeah. Tony Robles has a birthday today.
He sure does.
Torsten Holman went and bought him a cake, which I
Oh.
thought was really nice of him.
That was not only nice of him, but that cake was delicious.
It was.
That was a good cake.
I thought it tasted a little bit waxy, but then somebody said, that's the candle you're eating.
He's pulling your legs, folks. Someone in the chat says, I wait for George to tell me what to do and do just the opposite. Smart man, reverse psychology.
Well, he wants to send. He's got to be careful here, though. If he's playing that to come behind the 9, where's the cue ball going?
It's probably going to slide away because he can't. It's too hard to hit the top side of it. It's too much of a risk. He could
Very
cut it.
thin.
He could cut it. Jeez.
This is a cagey little stage of play, isn't it? Quite interesting.
Yeah, I thought he was kicking it. It is. This ball will go. This, as I look at this,
Off the 6.
it could go off the 6, or he could call the 6. It looks like the 6 is lined up too.
So he's called the 6, I think. So he can only call one shot, guys. So if the 3 goes in and he's called the 6 in the corner, it won't count. KACI will have an option.
Cue ball go too. Although, well, here comes Shorty. And the jump cue in KACI's hand looks so small. He's going to use his full cue. Oh, he's kicking. He's kicking.
Yeah.
I like this kick shot. You'll shoot these every once in a while playing one pocket. Not very often, because if that happens, you've sold out.
That's a great shot. Well played. Now, will he call the 10?
That's aggressive. I would rather just stop the cue ball against the 5 and take the ball down to up by the 7. Oh,
he's draw it behind the 6.
Yeah, he's going to get behind. Oh, he's not going to get behind anything. Well, this could bring him one game closer. And you can't allow a player that seemed off his game at the start to get on his game in the middle or early like this.
Yeah, got to keep the screws on, keep turning them screws.
Six ball. Oh, and he's gonna fine. He's fine. Got a little touchy. Oh, this is a little touchy. Oh, he's up enough he can elevate and stop it.
Yeah, doesn't want that cue ball though to travel half an inch forwards. He needs it to at least stop and come back maybe an inch. That's why he's digging down. Look, George, perfect view of that.
Just don't bring it back.
The Arcadia cloth. That's perfect.
Nicely.
Absolutely perfectly controlled.
I actually like the way this cloth is playing. It just seems to play real well. I would love to get down there and play you a match just to get used to the table. I think they play great. They're playing pretty good.
You know, snooker tables for years were slow and they kept speeding them up, shaving the nap down even closer because they have the woolen nap on them. And the tables now are lightening, and what it eventually done was just elevate the level of the game, because you weren't getting people having to smash the ball around the table to get it to move anywhere. This brings nice touch play, George, you know, and it improves your stroke, I believe.
Well, that's what Simonis has done to the game. It's elevated the level of play, but it's taken away from the guys with a really good stroke. You don't need that really good stroke to move the cue ball around. But this man will do what he can to tie this up.
So here we go. 5-4. We're going to go for a break, and we'll be straight back. We are back. KACI's back. Took a little break. We was having a little chat about the ladies tournament going on last 16 tomorrow, and we'll have a few matches for you tomorrow, guys. Looking forward to that. KACI to break the balls. He trails SZEWCZYK by 1. Race to 10. Here we go, George. Have a look at this break for us.
Well,
Oh,
there goes the 7 to the. Sorry. What was that that went in? In the side pocket. There's the 4 ball. Couldn't tell.
yeah, 4 ball. Now a shot at this one. 2 available into this bottom right-hand corner. Is that the 2?
The 2's over on the bottom right-hand corner,
yeah.
yes. So it's back and forth. The 7's in front of the 8, so that's no problem. Everything's wide open for KACI. You can basically keep the cue ball close to the middle of the table and not have a hard shot.
Don't go anywhere near that
can't-
3.
you can't get behind the 3, though.
Look at that. Now is he jumping this, or is he going to kick it 2 rails, George?
I think he might just kick it 1, real soft, and try to hold behind the 9. How do you end up there? Just needs to get to the middle.
He had so much room, didn't he?
He did. It seemed like there was a lot of room, and the speed too. The speed could have come all the way back again and off.
Well, you do get. It's called his extension, so. He needs to get a move on because the shot clock's running down here.
He's got 15 seconds. Not too hard, just, oh, he missed the whole ball. Too much spin. One of the things about this cloth that I will say I've noticed that's different than other cloths is when it's brand new on other cloth, on the competitive cloth, when you use inside English, that cue ball comes off flat. You know, it doesn't really grab the inside English when it's brand new. This cloth, it grabs. And I'm surprised I'm not sure how they do that, how they can make, how it can be different. I think they're both wool. So I don't know much about cloth. I'm not a cloth engineer or a weaver or whatever. But I have noticed there is that.
You don't do a bit of weaving in your spare time now you're retired, George? A bit of knitting maybe, a bit of crochet? I can see you sat there with a nice glass of port or something, with your knitting needles clinking away, making jumpers for the well, you don't get cold winters in Arizona, do you?
No. That's why I stay in Arizona. Well, SZEWCZYK here. Coming straight up.
You see them eyes, George, pinned on that.
This is gonna.
Well, he's gone wrong.
Well, actually, it's not.
Not bad.
He can cut that in, and even. I don't know if he wants to mess with the 8 or not, but the angle's there to move it. He can try to hold it, but he's going to risk hitting the 9 ball if he tries to hold it.
SZEWCZYK losing semi-finalists in the Las Vegas Open earlier in the week, looking to go 1 better, looking to go 2 better. He's already guaranteed $20,000. He'd love to triple it.
Oh, who wouldn't?
Oh, this is nicely played.
Yeah,
this is
nicely
lovely.
played.
What a great shot this is.
Give him a round of applause, folks. No, they didn't. And
We need some cheerleaders in here, George. That's what we need.
Now with this shot being where the cue ball is, I like going around the table. He's going to go 2 rails and back over for the 8.
Wow.
And that's why I don't like to shoot it that way, because that outside English to me is...
You're pushing the cue ball,
it does that
into
to me.
Into the 7.
It does it to me. And I know that I've developed a weakness in that particular shot, because I always go around with the inside English. And I've done that so much that it's actually become a weakness of mine.
I just don't even bother getting my cue out anymore. That's my weakness.
See, I'm not one of these guys that says I never play, but I don't. Anyway, KACI, just 3 balls from tying it up. That's one thing about the race to 10. It allows you time if you're off to a slow start, as KACI was, trailing 3-0 from the very beginning, to come back. And he didn't do it all at once either. He traded some games.
So this then, to go level, could catch
Wow, he came up a long way there. That was, you know, he does like to hit the ball pretty firm and hold it up. This is a cut shot. It should be made, but, you know, it's a little more complicated than straight in.
Could he possibly make the final 2 years in a row? What an achievement that would be. And in it goes. We are level, George, with 5-5. So, sum up this tournament, George. It's been fantastic. We started with 128.
Well, I'll ask the viewers to sum it up. Have they seen a bad match on here? Or, you know, bad combination of players? We've had great players after great players after great players. It's been awesome to watch. We had one match, which was actually KACI and Alex Pagulayan, that kind of, I don't want to say disappointed, but Alex wasn't up to par.
I heard today, didn't he arrive late for that and got docked 2 racks?
He was penalized 2 games for arriving late, correct.
Yeah, somebody asked me today, and I said the only thing I could guess is, because I wasn't commentating on that particular match, somebody asked me, why did they saw Alex Pagulayan walk into the arena, and all of a sudden they said, was it a handicap? Did he have to give 2 racks start? And I said, no, he was probably late. I said, I'll ask my mate George when I see him later. So yeah, thanks for confirming that. 5-5, SZEWCZYK breaking.
1 ball down.
What a break that
9
was
ball
for
down.
Rayler down. Yeah. Wow, look at this. 2 ball goes.
No bueno. Can you make that?
Yeah,
yes,
it goes flies past the 3, George. You can't see. You're sitting over there. I'm sitting over here. I can see.
Well, no, you're looking at the monitor, and I'm looking at the table, and I can't tell. And you're always poking me in the arm, saying, "Look at the monitor."
That's why I like sitting here, because I can't see the table from here, and it makes me concentrate on the monitor.
In my defense, I will say that I
can
see the break
George.
better.
There's
I can
no
see
defense.
the break better. Is he going to come all the way back up?
Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah,
look at this.
Oh, my.
It's still running really well, this table. I want to say a big thank you to Ernesto Dominguez as well for his hard work. He's done some great work over the last few days. All these tables were recovered after the Alpha Las Vegas Open. New cloth put on for the 10-ball Predator World Championships. And they've been running, in my opinion, beautifully. I haven't had to play on them, George, but it looks like they're running great.
It does.
Oh, what's he done?
He's hit it perfect. He's hit it absolutely perfect.
Look at that for a shot. Just a little draw here. 5 in the side. 6-8 combo. It's easy, isn't it, George, this game?
It's a piece of cake when you control the speed and the cue ball like Shaw and KACI and SZEWCZYK here. When that cue ball gets away, it's not so pretty anymore, is it?
You might
rather frustrating.
Might just have to dig down on this one a little bit just to hold the cue ball. Just like that, perfectly played.
Thank you.
How's the 6 going to go, George?
He's just going to make the combo and just come back and play the 6 and the 7 and close it out for a lead.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, that it had a slight angle as you saw, and it kind of went out, but he moved his cue ball along with it.
So it's 7 and 10. We'll take SZEWCZYK back into the lead. He hasn't been behind yet. So a nice straightforward 10. SZEWCZYK again in control.
There's 10 ball.
So I'm going to ask you, George,
Okay.
over is it 11 days we've sat here so far? This is
I
the
don't
11th
think it's
now?
11 so far. No, this is the 5th day of this tournament, and we sat 4 days through the other and had a day off.
Right. Well, whatever it is, it feels like 11 days to
10
me.
days.
10 days, okay. Come on, what's a day between friends?
It's an extra day tomorrow. That'll be 11 days.
Yeah. So what's been your highlight of the 10 days so far?
The highlight of my 10 days so far is commentating Jose Parica's game.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Living legend.
Was that against Ernesto's
That was
son,
against
right?
Oscar. Yeah, it was against Oscar Dominguez. And the other, what added to that was having Oscar, you know, Jose Parica's lived in California for a long time and is good friends with Ernesto. So Oscar's always looked at him as like an idol. And to watch them play together and see Jose again and playing again at 72. Yeah, that was it.
There's been a few for me. I've loved my first look at Riku Rompinen, the young Finn, 14-year-old. Eric Roberts had a great run here.
It was nice to see a young man. When I interviewed him before his match, and he was extremely polite out of Tennessee. He was just, you know, so respectful, so forthcoming. It was, I was very impressed.
Yeah, great player too. And there was a young Japanese player here, Kento. Can't wait to see more of him. He's a great kid. He's another Naikyoi in the making. Really great personality, funny little kid. Plays pretty good as well. And of course, Jesus Atencio's amazing double jump shot. They're my highlights. And I shall take them thoughts to the beaches of Thailand and just lay back, listen to the waves.
Rough life going to Thailand. I've never been. But KACI here with this 3 ball. I'm not sure if the 4 goes by the 7. If it doesn't, he has a nice angle to move up, roll up, and play the 4 in the opposite corner. Which he has done. And he's ended up pretty nice for that. It's a stop shot for the 5 in the side. The 6, the 7, boy.
Well, we've had a few hills today, and it wouldn't surprise me if we had another one here, because both of these players want to win this so much and they're going to grind it out.
I totally agree. I think this is going to be nip and tuck the whole way.
Impossible to pick a winner of this tournament. I wonder who the guys and girls think in the chat is going to win. Who's your favourite to win?
Well, as I said earlier, you want the guys in the chat to say that, huh?
Yeah, not you,
Okay,
George.
not
You're
me.
not allowed to answer that one. You're not allowed in.
I've been wrong all day. I gave you a guess of 4 players or 5 players, and they were all wrong.
Well, I kind of thought Shaw had a great chance of making it to the final and going on to win it. I thought there's just something. I thought Appleton might do it as well. Get go that one step further, but it wasn't to be. Came up against a tremendous player in Christopher Tevez, and you're going to see him next on this table playing Jason Short. So lots more, Paul, to come, and then we've still got the final, George, to come after that.
Mm-hmm. Well, this man's step has changed. If you watch him walking around the table, he's walking around a little more purposeful, not quite as distracted as before.
Is he burning the rug up, George?
Well, not quite, but he is. Just look at his movements now. Earlier, when I first came up here and I watched the beginning of this match, he was moving pretty slow. I mean, like he was uneasy. And now he's, yeah.
Tremendous mental strength to come through what he's just come through, and then come out and have to do it all again. And he might have to do it all again after this if he wins this semi-final.
And we'll go to a break after this 10 ball.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Wojtek SZEWCZYK just taking a little time out. Nicely poised. We're 6-6. It's a race to 4.
You know, I'd like to ask KACI if, when he sits in his chair, if he has a technique to remain so stoic. He just sits there and he just looks at the table and he just doesn't move. I watched him do that in the OI match quite a bit.
I'd love to put heart monitors on them again. Try
Do
that.
what? Heart monitors?
Yeah, I'd love to see heart rates go up and down.
Well, you get pretty excited when you break like that.
Yeah, look at the angle, George. Can get to that 2 ball.
It's kind of natural. He's got to make sure he beats the 9 ball. He gets by it to play the 2. He might come around and play the, well, actually the 3 ball is a concern. You can play the 3-4 combo. Well, the 1 ball is going to be gone and it looks like it goes by the 7, so possibly up in that corner up there where the 1 ball is going.
Still got the option of a safety, but I think he's going for this.
I think he should. And he beat the 9. He's going to come around nice for the deuce.
Well, look at that for a shot. Round of applause? No.
No applause? Oh, these are tough fans to please. I tell you, it's a hard room.
Audience,
Tough room. Tough room. Yeah.
Very tough room.
Yeah. Well, he's got to get on his 3 ball.
Yep. Michaela there watching.
Oh, he's
his
got a nice angle. Nice angle to go up for the 3. Right by the 9 ball is a cue ball.
Yeah, it didn't go in the corner though, George. He's come back for it on the side. Yeah. He hasn't come far enough, has he? I don't think it passes the 7.
We'll soon know.
Well, I'm behind it, and it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Then he was going for the side.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't go in the corner. He's looking at that angle, isn't he, to cut it in the side. Might use the 7 here as a stopper. Oh, he looked like he was doing a bit of fierce feathering there on the cue ball.
He's drawn the ball. He's going to try to put a little low English on his, hit the rail and possibly hit the 7 coming off the rail. Oh, went right into it.
Wow, look at this. Look at this for a shot. He's on it. It's perfect.
Yep.
Well,
it has to be perfect because he's got.
It has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah. He's 9 balls on one side, the 5's on the other.
Yeah, played it with a nice bit of. Just held his hand up to Eklund, saying he was sorry that he got on the ball. Very lucky.
I
think for $60,000, I wouldn't be saying sorry for a little rub of the green like that.
I'd be smiling quite a bit. Well, he's got this rack in hand, but he still has to execute. Sometimes that puts more pressure on you than.
Look at that lovely loose grip on the cue. Watch the way it opens up as he comes back and then just smoothly strokes the cue through. He's stroking, not poking.
Nice little hesitation at the end there and just came right through nice and smooth. You just stop it there and play the 9 down to the right.
If he's coming into 9 into
now
the
he's
same
going to
pocket.
go ahead in the same pocket.
Yeah. Well, a little bit funny, but he can draw back off the side rail, can he, George, and cross the face?
Yeah, he can. He's got to be careful with the side pocket.
Have a look at this backhand, guys. Nice loose grip, not gripping it tight. Opens up, pause, and then goes. Perfect example of the perfect shot. Beautiful position. Round of applause. So once again, Wojtek is going to take the lead. 7-6. He's one step closer. He needs 3. KACI needs 4. What's going on in the chat, George? What are they talking about on
A little bit of
YouTube and
everything.
Facebook?
But Wojciech is on his way, as is KACI, because you're not out of it. It's only 1 game difference. But the winner of this match will be waiting for the next semifinalist to come through his match. And will it be Shaw or Tevis, or will it be KACI or Wojciech?
Yeah, well, you know,
We're down to 4.
when I looked at the field at the opening of this, it was impossible to pick a winner. You know, you can say not everyone was here. Okolo wasn't here. Gorst wasn't here. Filler wasn't here either. But these two are, and they're very much in it. 7-6, hardly anything between them. KACI with the advantage of the break. Now, is it an advantage? Can he make a ball and get on the ball?
Someone asked if there is, what was that again? Is there a drug policy? Yes, there is random drug testing, in fact.
Yeah, we had Sanjin Pelovanovic earlier on, and Darren Appleton was another one. I think they randomly choose 3 or 4, is it? 3?
I heard it was 3.
And it's part of the, you know, the campaign to get Paul into the Olympics, and of course, 0 drug policy, George, which is a great thing. And I personally think it's a great thing to do. Keep the sport clean, keep the cheats out, and grow the sport.
I just wonder what drugs they test for.
I hope it's not happiness, because I'll prove positive. Life is my drug, George.
Well, just as an example, is I take heart medications. So you know, would that come under?
Well, no, not if it's a legal drug. I don't. As long as it's not performance enhancing, I would think. I'm sure there's a list of banned substances and some that are okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that they have that available for the players to know what they test for. I just know that they test 3 people, or they can. I don't remember going on last year, though, or the year before. Where they
Yeah,
drug
it went on
tested.
last
Did
year,
it?
yeah.
I just didn't remember. I guess I wasn't listening.
I think it goes on all of the WPA events, George.
Mm-hmm.
We're cleaning up the sport. We're getting a great image back for it. The prize money's growing. Fans are growing. Players are growing.
I like the image that the players are now. You know, you see them all in jerseys or polo shirts, slacks. I'd like to see the vest come back. Well, maybe not so much. I really like what we're seeing with jerseys. I really am. Now, they used to wear vests. You don't remember that?
What about flip-flops?
Oh, well, you can play flip-flops at your house, but not when you're out here. Come on.
No, I mean when you said they used to wear vests. What do you mean by a vest?
A vest.
With no sleeves?
No, you had to have sleeves. And
I don't know.
Just walk over to the carom room.
Oh, we call
World
them
Cup.
waistcoats.
Okay, waistcoats. Well, just walk over to the carom room. There is a World 3-cushion tournament going on. At the same time this is going on, KACI's aware of the clock winding down, and he dropped everything and just jumped in this ball.
I just heard I heard a bang, and it was his cue,
You know,
bouncing on the floor.
I was once told by a friend that the shot clock can make a better player out of some players. It forces you to pull the trigger, you know, and stop thinking and just, you know, get into the shot. And in some situations, I can see where that could be.
Bit unfortunate not to finish with a shot easier than this on the 2, but it doesn't matter.
Nice shot.
That's a hanger for KACI.
And well, a hanger for KACI, but look at the position.
Look at this. Now his next problem is the 4 ball.
He does like to hit those kick shots with a little pace, doesn't he? Straightens out the ball coming off the rail, and he can really measure it better. Not everybody can do that. Look at the speed on this.
Perfect again.
Just above the side pocket when he hits the rail on the right, and then out for the 5. And it looks like he will tie things up at 7.
He's not letting him get away, is he? Whenever Wojtek threatens to go 2 ahead, he was earlier on. KACI comes back with a rack.
Makes these runouts really nice.
He's catching him up.
He's catching him up.
Will you miss me, George, when this tournament's over?
I'll see you in September. Maybe.
Maybe.
If I go to, what's September? Hold on. September will be Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
September 21st through the 24th. Keep in mind the Pro Billiard Series tournaments are part of this World Predator World 10 Ball, because they use points to invite players to this tournament in 2023. The points come from those tournaments.
Is it the top 6, 10?
Top 6.
Top 6.
If they're not being already invited, it's the top 6 in points, and
Oh, great shot.
they take their Fargo score and their tournament points and add them together.
Well, the audience warming up as well. Nice round of applause on a few shots that KACI's played in this. That great jump shot on the 1, the great kick shot on the 2, and then that terrific positional shot to get on this 7. Absolutely perfect.
Let's see if they clap for this draw shot. He should keep it right down the rail. That's too much.
Oh, he's overdone this.
It might come, yeah, it's too much, way too much. As soon as he hit that, that was
I think he can
power
still
draw.
cut this in though. Can probably reach it as well without needing the
that,
bridge.
he's gonna, as you see, Michaela is up there to see if he moves to 10. He likes to bank. He does.
Yeah, he's banking it.
He's a good banker. Unfortunately, this is still Friday and the bank's not closed.
It's there. It's there. What a great clearance this has been, George. Been a pleasure to watch this one. So KACI makes this straightforward 10. We're going to go for a very quick break, but this is close. We're 7 each. Race to 10. Who is going to get to the magic 10 first? We'll find out soon. And we're back. 7-7 is the score. Now, I've just had a message from Chris Renfro from Outsville, who make the AccuRack, of course. What substance did you say you take? A heart
medication.
Heart medication? Well, it's a good job you're not playing in this event, because you would be banned, my friend.
Yeah, there's a couple that are
Beta
banned.
beta blockers.
Yeah.
I'm going to drug test you after this, George.
Okay.
Oh, he's lost the cue ball.
Big
Whoa.
opening for
And
KACI.
look at this.
Especially
look at
at
this
this
opening.
stage. Yeah.
Wow. Oh dear. Chance to go 8-7 up, and he'll be breaking to go on the hill, George.
Yeah.
Huge, that mistake there.
And a rack like this, you know, when you can come to the table with a rack like this, it pumps you up. So when you come to the table to break your next rack, of course, if you run out, because if you don't run out, then now it's going to work against you, mo-wise, momentum-wise. But you come back with a sense of confidence. He's already been moving a lot better than he was at the beginning of the match.
He's a powerhouse, isn't he?
You know, sometimes it just seems like if he takes longer, I think he takes longer when he's maybe not settled in, but when he moves with a little quicker pace, he seems to play better.
Yeah, totally agree with you. And that shot clock, okay, might seem a hindrance, but it gets him into a nicer rhythm, I think. I'm with you on that. Great match to come up after this, guys. Christopher Teves from Peru will be playing against Jason Shaw, Mr. 714, for a place in the final. Who will win that one? Who's going to win this one? We still don't know, George.
No, we don't. This is up for grabs. Although this man is in control right now of his destiny with this rack anyway. But most of the time that the table changes hands is at the break.
Hard to believe he's just 23. I think he was world number 1.
He was 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that's strong, isn't it?
Yes. What is that detergent stronger than dirt?
Wants it to slow up. That's perfect. Playing this 7 ball down past the 9. Just leave a slight angle on this 7. Doesn't want to be dead straight on it. Angle either side, doesn't matter.
He's going to go for the side.
You think so? No.
Oh,
From
I'm
there?
sorry. No, I thought the 9 ball was blocking the pocket.
No.
I don't know why I did, but I did. I thought the 9 ball was blocking the pocket.
Extension.
You just let the natural path of the cue ball happen. Let it do what it wants to do.
Except go in the side pocket.
Concentrate. Making the 7. Nicely played. So we're going to go 8-7 now to KACI. Advantage, KACI.
It's the first time he's been in the lead.
He'll have the break as well, George. Well, there's not much room for mistakes now.
No, and this is the time to take the lead. He's got everything working for him. He feels it. He's moving like he feels it, excuse me. He's just punished his opponent for a mistake. And this break will be very telling.
Yeah, Wojtek sat there in his chair, looks a little bit shell-shocked. That last break of his was his chance to go ahead, and ended up sending the cue ball flying onto the carpet. But at least we haven't had any of our lovely LED display bulbs broken, George, this week. We've had
No.
a few close shaves.
Oh, with the ball bouncing off the table?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Oh, he really gave that some, made the 5 in the side.
And he's straight in on the 1.
Yeah,
Somebody
what about
may
the
be
2
on the
though,
hill.
George,
But
what about the 2?
The 2-6. I think he plays the 2-6.
And I don't know how long we're going to have, guys, between semi-finals, but I don't think it's going to be very long, so don't make any plans. They're going to be in quick succession.
Well, he's in pretty good shape,
Yeah, it's
position-wise.
nice, you can see all
This
3
2-6.
balls.
And the nice thing about this is the 2 ball won't get away, I don't think. And if it does, it'll go towards the left-hand upper pocket there, and this cue ball should stay there. 7 could come into play, but I don't think it gets away. I would let the cue ball come off the rail.
Yeah,
See, it's not going to get away.
Beautiful.
So now this is just, he can either draw it or follow it to get on the 3 ball, and then look at the stop shot for the 4. And wow.
Join the dots, join the dots, as Tony Robles would say.
What a time for a break and run, right when you need it.
What are you going to do? You're going to connect the dots, Mark. You're going to connect the dots. Happy birthday.
I can tell by the chat that they think I'm Tony Robles. I'm impressed.
Simple little draw.
He's go what?
Couldn't play that better, could he?
Yeah, dead stop shot. If he moves this cue ball more than an inch, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, just replace the 3 with the
exactly.
cue ball.
He might move it maybe. No, I don't think he moves it at all. Just like that.
Checking if it's frozen.
Looks like it is.
Smooth this in. Down the rail, naturally on the 7. Things looking good for KACI.
Oh, Tony's in the chat. Hello, Tony. Thanks
Yo.
for joining us.
What are you doing, Tony?
He's checking on you, Mark, see if you're imitating him.
Will Wojtek once again fall 1 match short of reaching a final?
KACI's looking good here. Sorry to step on you there, Mark.
No, I mean, you know, if it's a time to get excited, it's now. Going to be on the hill. Wojtek will have the break, of course, alternate. And there's that lovely shot you talk about.
Yeah.
Boy, that's
Yeah,
beautiful,
I love
isn't it?
Yeah.
The lights on top of the ball.
What a display for the lights. Yeah, exactly.
I've never really seen it. I've heard you mention it a lot, but seeing it on that 8 ball looks absolutely fantastic.
It does. And, you know, there's some people use a system from the lights, the reflection on the balls to aim. And that makes it a little harder.
There's a system for everything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rely on that.
Look at this. 9-7.
So on the hill, Mr. KACI.
The defending champion.
Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to the second semi-final. And this one has gone pretty quick, George. I know it's been to and fro and it's pretty close, but it hasn't seemed like a long match. And the audience around this arena here and the Rio All Suites really enjoying it.
Well, you know why it doesn't seem like a long match to you is I came in after 5 games, so you didn't have to put up with me for that long.
Yeah, I must admit, I'd much rather have Kelly sat here for the entire match. She had to go out for dinner, and then she's going to get an early night because she'll be playing 10 a.m. in the morning. Then they play at 10, 12, 2, and 4. Final will be 4 p.m. and that will be live as well, right on this stream table. George and I will be in the booth as well.
You just drove all the listeners away.
They can just turn the sound off, George, don't worry.
There's always that saving grace.
Well,
here comes the 6. Shot on the 1.
Here we go. We could be going 9A here.
Wojciech on his own here.
Up to you, Wojciech.
What is it you've been saying throughout this tournament? Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
It's a great song from a musical.
He's going to have to get there because he's got to lay that cue ball nicely for the 2.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can.
So now we're going to get into singing. Don't worry, folks. I will not be the chorus.
And I won't be doing any more.
Well, let's watch this young
take a
superstar.
Look take a look at that stance, George. I just missed it. Great stance he's got.
Solid, isn't it?
Yeah,
nice.
Nice
but look at this.
Dear.
He was more concerned with
his
cue ball, but look what's happened.
Exactly. How many times do we see players do that? We say it so often, we sound like a broken record, you know. But so many times you see players too much attention on the cue ball and forgetting to make the ball.
Well, just got to pay attention to the line of the cue ball. Or where you're going with it.
I'll put a bit of pace in this, I think, George.
Mm-hmm. You think he'll put pace on it like the last kick he made?
I think he might do.
He's a little close.
Because he wants to get spread, he wants to get movement. Doesn't want to dig down on that cue ball too well. Might jump it off the table if he's going with pace.
He keeps checking for the clock, but he's got plenty of time. He's got 15 seconds. It won't buzz till it's at 5. Oh, it's starting to buzz now.
There you go, hit it with pace. It ruined the angle. Well, he's hit it, but he's not going to make a rail.
It went way wide, which surprises me.
Way wide. I thought it would have narrowed with that pace.
Mm-hmm.
So chance then, again. Hooked himself last time.
Now he's trying to come into the 3 ball here, I believe. Or he might play the 2 ball down table. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Yeah, short side. Higher percentage since he got in trouble on the last one going between them.
Yeah, once bitten, twice shy.
There you go.
This is beautiful. Slide this down the rail. Draw the cue ball slightly. Put the 3 into the same pocket maybe, George. What do you think? Well,
you can come off the rail and shoot the 3 in the side or the corner in the same pocket.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's gone for the other. I didn't think he'd risk it because of the 10, but he's okay.
No, he's okay.
Judged it well.
That's what I call ironing the table.
Why'd you call it that?
Well, what do you do with an iron? What do you do with an iron? You go back and forth with the arm like a stroke, right? So you go one way, then the other, and one way, then the other.
I'm not going to allow you to iron any of my pants. That's for sure.
I used to do a lot of that when I used to work.
I'd love it. Very relaxing. Put something decent on YouTube. Something without us commentating, preferably. And just drift away.
Ironing? Drift away? What does ironing to you mean? I mean, like when I iron my shirts for work and
exactly
pants.
what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I said I'm not letting you iron any of my pants.
Oh.
I'd have lines. I'd have straight lines in them.
Well,
right, back to the serious business, George. Come on.
This young man has gotten himself in line here, and he's going to be on 8, but KACI will have the break. No, yes, he will.
Yes, he will, yeah.
Yes, he will. And he had a timely break and run. Can he have another?
It's still in KACI's hands, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get a decent break, run the table. He'll be in the final.
What do you think about, Mark, when you're breaking the balls and you're on the hill?
I've never been in that situation, George.
You've never been on the hill?
No.
That's one of the things I always ask players, because I want to know. I'm thinking, you know, break and run, break and run, break and run, break and run. But I think it's more important to just control the cue ball, and the rest takes care of itself.
So this 10 ball, we're going to go for a very short break, guys. 9-8. This is exciting. Well, I don't know about you guys, but George and I here are getting pretty excited, as are the packed audience in this Predator arena for the 2022 Predator World 10 Ball Championships. Defending champion breaking off on the hill. Can he make the final 2 years running? What's the break looking like, George?
Empty, dry.
Dull, boring. Any more words?
I can't believe the one ball's in the middle of the table. It's rarely there. And the cue ball got away from him and went way downstream. And where do you go here? If he cuts it in the side, can he get by the 3?
He's looking at it now. He thinks he's going to hit it, and it might leave him on the 2 in the side. Looks like he might glance off the outside of it to me. He'd love to hit it fullish, half ball, George.
The 3 ball?
Yeah.
If he hits that 3 ball hard, he might end up in the upper right-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, a bit fuller than that. Just like that. Well, it went close. It went towards that corner pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wojtek, it's in your hands.
If he can get a run out, then he gets to see if he can break and run to close it out, or break and control the table. KACI broke dry.
Oh, get around the back of that 6. Perfectly done. This is looking good.
Yeah.
Table getting more space on it with every shot, of course.
Gets on the 4 ball, and his only problem might be the 7.
Yes, just in a little bit of an awkward position, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wants it to slow up. Oh, he's a little bit straight on this. Now, will he risk drawing in between the 6 and the 10, George? think he is.
The answer is yes. He's going to go right through there.
Get that arm out of the way. Wojtek, don't scare me like that.
That's all he was doing. He want to get your heart rate.
Oh, give me your beta blockers, for God's sake.
Want some of that bistolic?
Well, you must be on something magical, George. For an 86-year-old guy, you look amazing.
You know, for an 86-year-old guy, I do. Thank you very much.
Oh, he's okay. This is perfect.
He's sitting pretty nice. Little drama. Can KACI handle the drama from 2 matches in a row going hill-hill?
He's played a lot of pool today. So has Wojtek. He's went to the same.
He did the same thing on his match against Edgy Geronimo. He was down too. He came back on Edgy, came back strong. He got on the hill and beat him.
It was an edgy game, George.
Yes, it was.
And at the end of it, he shouted, Geronimo.
Extension.
7, slide it down, stun out for the 8. Can he hold it together? Wow. This has been pretty exciting all the way through, George. This has been things happening. Some great safety, good kicking, good jumping.
Yeah, it's been nip and tuck the whole way.
And full credit to the man from Poland. He's relatively new to the big scene in America here. You're laughing. What's happening in the chat, George?
Some guy asked if I'm really 86 years old.
He's running round, is he?
Uh-oh.
A little bit short.
That funky angle to bank it. He's going to be cutting this ball back and forth.
Yeah, I think
Cue ball's going to be going back and forth. He's be cutting it down the rail, excuse me.
Yeah. I was going to say, will he maybe end up playing this into the side, this 10 ball? Is he going to come back that far?
Oh, no,
he'll stay.
He'll stay.
He's staying up
yeah,
there.
he'll stay up there above the pocket. He won't chance crossing those side pockets.
Oh, great shots.
Oh,
great
my.
shot. Great shot.
And it looks like it's going to be hill-hill.
Wow.
Both players just go hill-hill on their last 2 matches, including this one. The previous one. What was that? I think we're going to stay with you. Yeah, we're not going to go to commercial break. Get a good applause from the crowd. Appreciates a tight match like this. And these players, I'm telling you, they're nervous. He's going to go over and shake his hand. He did that earlier. They both looked in the eye at each other and said, well, KACI looked over and says, I must crush you.
Now, you said that was Per Levanovic the other day.
Well, I walked by him. He was walking into the arena, and I was standing right by it. He came by with a sweatshirt on, and he just reminded me of Dolph Lundgren from Rocky IV.
I loved those Rocky movies. I thought one was great. Well, they were all great, I thought.
They were all great.
But then after 5, it went a bit funny.
Well, they had to stretch. How far can you take that series?
Well, still the same
Hill.
face.
Same face, no change. Let's watch the break here.
Don't lose the cue ball, Wojtek.
Playing the 7 and the 9 to the side pockets.
Biggest break of his life so far, this one.
9 ball.
Oh, he's avoided it.
They both missed.
Is he going to make a ball? Is he going to make a ball? I don't think he is.
No.
And a shot at the 1 for KACI, but how does he get to that 2?
Reverse English. Or he can follow and come all the way around that 9 ball. 2 rails, come over towards the 6 with the cue ball.
Yeah, if he could get over in this right-hand rail or back to where he is now, it would be absolutely perfect. But
he could also leave the cue ball by the 3 if he chooses to play a safety. But I like the offense here. But I would hate to get hooked. It's be heartbreaking if you get hooked. He's going in reverse. I like to follow better because of the 7. Well, even if he doesn't get there, if he hits the 10 or the 7, he has a safety to play. A lockup one, too, on top of the 8. So he could just stop it there and play the safety.
He's going for this. He's digging down. He's coming back. Oh, he's just
Yeah, he
stopped
played
it.
the lockup.
Yeah.
He's going to go for the lockup on the 8.
So one good safety here, getting glued to that 8 ball, and he becomes big favourite for
Big
the rally.
favorite. But keep in mind, we've seen Jason Shaw get out of a couple of safeties that we thought were locked up type. Can CueSports do the same thing? If he gets
Course,
locked up
the
tight, he
extension.
still has to execute it here. Too much time to think. He played position for the safety. Oh, he's going to play it with speed. No.
Oh, how well did he play that?
Nice shot, Plenty.
Got a one rail kick
One
here
rail
though.
kick. What do you call?
He's got to find a rail
He's calling the
sometime
2 ball
as well.
in that corner. Or is he calling the 5? No, the 5 ball. The 5 ball has no chance to be cut back to that corner. He's calling the 2 ball in the corner because it could go straight in, and it could. No, I don't think he can kiss
No,
off the
I don't
5.
think so.
Went for the extension.
This needs a bit more thought. Putting it so close to that 5 ball, George.
And you guys at home thought you could leave your screen. You're with us.
Now it needs some love, and he's got some.
He's got some.
And look at that, he's tied the 5 up with the 8. Four in open jail to a certain degree.
Will he leave the 2 ball where the 6 is and bring the cue ball around? That wall of balls, the 4, 9, 8, 5. Or just draw up there and go for a 2-way. Yeah, he went that way. Uh-oh.
Wow. Chance. Wojtek. Okay, it's not a great layout, but it's a chance, and that's all you can ask for,
Well,
especially in a deciding rack, George.
this is a sick feeling when all you can do is watch and hope for your opponent not to be successful in controlling everything. Let something slip away.
Coming round the back of the 7, is he here?
No extensions left.
Oh, he's caught the 7.
They've both used them.
Not a great shot there. Misjudgment. He's going to have to think of a decent safety here.
If you're a 3 cushion player, you put the cue ball behind the 8-5.
In between the 7-10.
Yes.
He might just be going the other
He went
way.
the
Yeah,
other
he's gone
way.
the other way.
Less traffic because he avoids hitting the 7 ball.
It's a good
Nice
shot.
safety.
Yeah. Now KACI, the man in trouble. It's really to and fro, isn't it, George?
It is. It can go pretty quick. I mean, I like coming underneath the side pocket and spinning up to the 3. He's going to hit this hard, is he?
He usually does. And that's the second one he's played like that, and it's the second one he's missed like that.
Well,
Has he just played his last shot in this year's 2022 Predator World 10 ball?
He moves the 8 here with the cue ball and gets straight in on the 4. He's out.
He's got to be careful, though. Could slide behind it, George.
He's too close to his work. I think he's good on here. Oh,
He's going to do it.
he's going to do it this way.
Yeah, and look, he
Okay.
might even push it towards the side here. Certainly the corner. I just caught a glimpse of that then. He's going to come round the back of it.
Yeah, this is still. Well,
Well, if it can go wrong, it's going to go wrong here.
that's you're right.
But it hasn't. It's gone perfect. Shot on the 5 into this bottom left-hand corner. Nice little stun follow for the 6, or maybe just hold it there even. Just coming round to see.
Well, there's no extension to be able to take your time, so
He's got to
30
play.
seconds.
He's got to play on adrenaline here. Just go with the flow. Might even use the rail. No, he didn't have to. Nice little stun follow.
He's looking good, and KACI has taken his eyes off the table.
Well, I'll tell you what. This will be not a big shock, but it will be a shock, I think. SZEWCZYK has played fabulous throughout the last 2 tournaments. And he really is a nice guy. He's got a couple of lovely Alsatian dogs, you know, German Shepherd dogs, that always run around his pool table as he's playing.
And my Goldens do that. Every once in a while, I'll kind of like snap my
Do you know
fingers.
what? If somebody asked me, what dogs do you think George Teilshare will own, I would say Golden Retrievers
I've
or Labradors.
Golden Retrievers.
So has
Two
he
of
got
them.
it? He's on it, he's on it, he's on it. He's just
Straight
3
in.
shots away from
Wow.
reaching his first World 10-ball final. And KACI, well, will be going home.
This is a big win for SZEWCZYK.
This
Junior
is
champion.
huge.
Yes, it is.
Guaranteed 40,000. This is worth $20,000. These last 2 balls are worth $10,000 each, George. Minimum.
2 balls.
Just this 10. Hold yourself together. Oh, the biggest shot of his life so far. And we're going to be back, guys, if this goes in very, very shortly. Jason Shaw versus Christopher Tevez. He falls to the floor, and we'll be back soon.